Why?
All right. Again. Remember, everybody in a state of constantly becoming, so I want to know what they must read. So usually I just give people a whole book. And you just go read where you want. What you need to know will put you to which book you want. So for example, I have a couple hundred books, but I don't read off every page in a couple hundred books. Because sometimes what you need is just one page or one paragraph out of a book, and when you read, when you find a paragraph, it resonates. You say, right, you know, say. However, I am saying to you now though, this book, The Occult Anatomy of Man, I find very, very interesting for people to get an understanding of. You know? Especially the people who are, I'm going to say, you see people who live on a Christian trad and serious about it. Don't limit yourself. So get this information and you will see, because it explains so many things. Who is John and John the Baptist? What John the Baptist represent when them in the animal skin and the sackcloth? And when represent after I move out of that state of consciousness, them go through what I call them go through the wilderness. Because it's a process of transformation that I go through again. You understand what I say? If you read a book like the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, it also tells you that all these people's names have meanings and explain what they are. The 12 tribes of Israel do that in fire. Remember the 12 tribes of Israel upon Israel, Jacob's 12 youth, and say God is this and this is that and that and that. So it's a very ancient practice. You know? So I like the occult anatomy of man. But the next you might like teachings of the ancients. Why? Because I'm in history phase when I try to understand what was the Hindu society, what was the Mayan society, what was the Atlantic society. So I think that everyone will find what is required. You know, it's about the statement them say, boy, when the student is ready, the master will appear. It's not nobody external to you. Nobody never tell you what you need for read. But once I accept the I self as master, just as you expect other people as masters as well to self, it will direct you to exactly. You ever think, you know, so when you walk, your brain never make your bucket toe yet. Or somebody have to distract you for your bucket toe. So if you follow yourself, I'm saying, you don't end up in the problem. You know what I mean? If you follow your own eye, it's in that bucket too. But you start getting distracted by people now. So technically, the master is in you. Because you are the master. As that matter about, you know, say, it raised itself to its higher self. So it's you attaining that self-actualization. It's like with Rastafari, I show and say, and Bobo Bridgen said why. Rastafari is an awakening. And Haile Selassie is a path towards self-actualization. See? Because when you sight Rastafari, it is the I self. You recognize the infinite potential thing. You start to see this kind of thing within everything around the eye, plants and animals and people, and you feel this connectivity. But being connected is the first step. It's now recognizing that all this energy around you is part of I as well. And I can utilize it. Like my shame that the cartoon say, okay, you have earth, you have fire, you have air, you have water, which is the avatar principle, because the avatar is an enlightened state. But it's that people reaching that state of consciousness and know so there's no separation. And realize that, watch you know, if I do harm to a plant, whether I see it now or not, it is going to have a multiplier effect, which will affect I in some point in time, whether in this lifetime or some other lifetime or to your children or whatever. Essentially that cause and effect is real. So you want to initiate positive actions, so you have positive effect. You know, so books, just read what you think if you read, man. See, but the most important book for reading is not written by Manny P. Hall. It's actually written by the I and the I own life experiences. Have you ever questioned why you choose your parents? Like I hold that a child chose a parent. Have you sat down and read that book? Read the book of your grandparents' life and your parents' life and identify what characteristic in your mother and your father and your grandmother and your grandfather you actually reflect in this day. Just like when you born, they might say, okay, she look like Auntie Sonia so. You see her behavior, so she behave like your grandfather. It's reading and reading because those are the experiences, but those are characteristics that will allow you to become more of who you are in your state of constantly becoming. And you don't shun it. But you know society is though, not for I as a youth so rebellious that even if I don't too like my father, I don't have to look for the good qualities that I actually adapt as well, you know. I just cuss him But you say you go in there yourself now, you start really look at things, you start racing, but you know, so I'm actually more like my parents than I think. You know, and truth in, children are the best of their parents. Children are truly the best of their parents. Whether they manifest that or not is the next thing. But that is not something that we can deny. And so if people spend time and read that book about them own self, them own genetics, them own genealogy, you'll be surprised to see how much things you actually learn.